Hey, it's Elisa, Asian Tarot Queen, here to do another reading. There's been, a lot of shifting and changing going on this week with all the coronavirus, and it's interesting because I think a lot of people aren't working right now, but the last couple readings have been like pretty love focused, which hasn't really happened in a while, so I thought it might be a good moment to check in with the Divine Feminine storyline. So that's where we're going with today's reading. Also, just a reminder that it's still March, so we're still doing the March giveaway, which is a free reading. Once a week, I'm pulling out of a hat, and there's like one subscriber that's going to win. So all you have to do is subscribe to the channel. It's not a super crowded group of people, so you have a pretty good chance of winning. And I did one of the readings last night, and it was pretty cool. So okay, so again, like it's really cool how these cards like always seem to flow together. But so for today we have the Hunter, the Corn, and Flow. So it's cool, like the Hunter is sort of about, following your own internal compass and like the map that's left to you by sort of the universe, to catch your bounty. And so it's all like about kind of like following your internal guidance and not following someone else's idea or map for success. Like you have to follow your own tracking system to like reach, what that abundance means to you. I mean, because, if you're following someone else's map, obviously you're gonna get someone else's idea, but this card like encourages you to follow your own direction. And interestingly, the other two cards, so Corn is a card about like coming into harvest and like coming into your own abundance, reaping what you sow. And then we also have Flow, which is obviously, this is all about being in sync with your internal guidance and like being like a channel, for the messages coming through. But like also you've just like removed blockages, and so you're just in a state of flow, like there's no resistance. You're just totally manifesting, in real time as things come, and like knowing that, what you need is gonna be there. It's gonna come online for you when you need it. So it's kind of, basically like just confirming that, when you follow this guidance, like this is gonna be the outcome. So yeah, like I feel like, the message that's coming through right now is just sort of like, despite how things might appear on the surface, like know that you're in the right place at the right time, and things are going to work out, because obviously things are like in a state of flux right now. And then on the bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Cups. So this is a message of like love coming in, so that's really beautiful. I'm going to pull 3 cards to get some overall energies from the reading, from Radiant Wise Spirit, but like I feel like that's a pretty good omen. I mean, there's obviously a lot of stuff in flux, and I mean, when this happens, it's like, you want to be really intentional about like letting go of stuff that's not working for you, and like bringing in what you want, and okay, wow. All right. So on the bottom here, we have the Page of Pentacles, which is interesting because we just had the Page of Cups and the Page of Pentacles, you know. So this is like little baby steps, you know, going towards some new tangible thing. And there's like a the Page of Cups, which is like baby steps, you know, towards like expressing, you know, a love. And I feel like there was a reading like 2 days ago. I'm going to link whatever it was, but there was this like, it was a different deck and it had the Page of Cups and it was a little baby cute, like, you know, offering, you know, and it was just like, it was like afraid, you know, because it was kind of like intimidated, but, you know, we're taking like little baby steps inching towards some sort of outcome in like tangible reality. And then the overall energies, we have the Three of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, and we have the Eight of Wands. So what this says is sort of like, you know, despite how things might look on the surface or how things might feel in right now, the reality of what's going on is there's a reunion that's like coming online, or you're like getting reunited with your soul tribe, or perhaps some love. And I feel like this has been like coming up in the energetic realm for a while as like a foreshadowing event. But there's this reunion, but it's just like the Knight of Pentacles, which this is the slowest moving knight in the deck. So it's like not happening fast. Like there's not any kind of speed happening with this development at all, you know. But the thing about the Knight of Pentacles is that whatever, you know, he sets about, like, he's not like a fly-by-night. Like, he lays down a solid foundation that, like, lasts. Like, this isn't like the Knight of Wands who's just, like, here today, gone tomorrow. Like, you know, like, players only love you when they're playing. Like, this guy's the real deal, you know? And he's just kind of like, he's taking his sweet old time, but you can count on what he's building is, like, solid, you know? And then we have the Eight of Wands, which, you know, this is like a message coming in. And, you know, sometimes this can mean it's like something's changing fast, you know, but in the context of this, like, this seems more like this is a message that's coming in, maybe with respect to whatever this reunion is. So I'm going to go to the White Sage Tarot and see if we can get some more clarity about what's going on. So this is my little Minneapolis deck, which I love, and I love the artwork on this deck. And OMG, what's interesting is at the bottom of this deck we have the Four of Wands, and I feel like this happened like a couple days ago. I'm gonna have to link that reading because I feel like it happened a couple days ago. And so there's been like all of this, like these ominous signs pointing to some like major commitment like coming online, you know. So it's just sort of like everyone's just like, okay, like we're not working, so we're gonna like be dealing with our personal life right now and like putting down foundations. So yeah, like some kind of commitment is on the horizon is what it looks like from this. And I'll have to link that reading from a couple days ago because that was like a major theme, like the whole commitment thing. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Wow. Okay, so the artwork on this deck, I love the artwork from this White Sage Tarot. I'll be showing it to you, but it's like watercolor and it's like beautiful. Okay. All right, so on the bottom of this deck, we have the Ace of Swords. So this is a new beginning in like truth and clarity. So like, you know, there's been some like dissonance in the world of the divine feminine for a while, you know, and there's been like, you know, a lot of them have been embroiled in some sort of karmic situation, and like this divine masculine character who's like not really, he's not really being honest with himself. And so he's created all this drama in the situation because like he hasn't been ready to accept like whatever his truth is. And so the divine feminine has just been like, you know what, hands off. I got better things to do, and has like focused on herself and like created you know, abundance around herself, because she, you know, she knows that like if that's where he's at, like it's not worth really engaging. Like that's not gonna serve her, and she knows her worth, so she doesn't engage. You know, like that's kind of like the journey of the divine feminine. But this has been playing out in real time for some time, and you can follow kind of the thread of the divine feminine storyline, which I can put in the notes. But that's kind of like the backdrop leading up to this moment in time. But okay, so cards, I got the Hangman, which is, it's like cool because it's like this little caterpillar who's sort of like in hibernation, you know. And we have the Hermit, and we have the King of Swords. So again, it's just like what I was talking about, like this divine feminine. So both of these cards are like cards of just like being on a spiritual quest and like stepping back from a situation, you know, which is kind of what I've described. This divine feminine has been in this role for a while, you know, because she's just been like, you know what, I'm gonna work on myself. I'm not gonna engage in this drama. Like I've got better things to do. So that's what she's been doing, and she's like been building up her abundance and like stepping into her power. And there's been like a lot of readings leading up to that are sort of like laying this foundation. And you know, again, you can check out that thread if that's a storyline that resonates with you. But interestingly, it's just sort of like, then we have the King of Swords. So this is just sort of like a harsh truth being delivered, you know, like someone stepping into the truth. Like this truth is like coming online. And yeah, so it's interesting because it's like we've got this caterpillar and this reunion that's been like in the energetic realm for a while. And then we have this, you know, divine feminine that's just like on a spiritual quest. She's working on her own stuff. But meanwhile, she's laying this foundation like in super slow motion because, you know, she knows like where to put her energy to build a solid foundation. And it's not in like blowing all your steam on like some like pointless drama. Like, because, you know, the divine feminine's like, she's kind of above that, right? But then we've got this truth coming through. This message being delivered. And so then on the next row, what's interesting is like, so yeah, like on the surface, you know, it doesn't look like anything's really changed. You know, we're still kind of in this phase. And like, you know, whatever, the divine masculine is still kind of like living a lie, like creating drama. And she's just like, okay, you know, do your thing, like whatever. And then on the next row, we have death. We've got the World. And we've got the Nine of Wands. So this is kind of ominous because obviously this is a card of change, you know, like some sort of transformation that's happening. And then the World, which is like the end of a cycle and the beginning of a new cycle. So like it's like the death is falling right under this like caterpillar, you know. So it's just like maybe this period of like hibernation is like about to have some sort of transformation event. And then underneath the Hermit card, we have this World, you know. So this cycle is ending, and then there's a new cycle that's starting. However, underneath this King of Swords with this harsh truth that's coming online, we've got the Nine of Wands. So this is the card of the wounded warrior. So this is just sort of like you're kind of at the end of your rope and you've got like a little bit of fight left in you, but you're just like about to like drop all the burdens because this is like too much. So this is sort of like, okay, this truth is coming out, but like it looks like there's going to be some drama, you know, like in order to like move through this energy, like there's going to be, it looks like a moment of some drama here, you know, which is like kind of like why the divine feminine has just been like doing this, like building up strength, because she's just like, no, I don't want to. Like, it's not for me, you know? So this is kind of foreshadowing, you know? I'm going to pull 3 cards from Radiant Wise Spirit and see. Oh my gosh. This is hilarious. Okay. So on top of this Hanged Man, where there's a transformation happening, we get the Hangman again. So, like, you know, I think there was a reading a couple days ago, and it was talking about how, I think it was a opportunity versus fear, but it was all about how, you know, your power is in your stillness, you know? So, like, this is going to transform either way. And so, like, the guidance for how to move through the situation is just to, like, focus on yourself, you know? So, like, actually keep this going, because this is going to transform either way. And, like, so there's nothing you really have to do to actively engage it. It's just going to happen, you know? So, and this is, like, falling right over this, like, reunion card, you know? And so it's just sort of like, and that all fell on top of the Hunter. So it's just like, follow your guidance. Don't follow anybody else's advice. Like, follow your advice. And just, like, you know, tune into your own guidance, you know, because you're in alignment with the universe. Like, there is a divine reading, feminine reading, that's exactly that. Like, you know, your arrow is going to hit the mark. And then on this, you know, this Knight of Pentacles that's building this abundance, you know, we have another card of contemplation. So it's so crazy because all the contemplation cards are here, you know. It's just like, yeah, it's gonna change. You don't have to do anything. Like, it's just gonna happen. Like, you don't need to, like, you don't need to, like, fight fire with fire. Like, just let it happen, and like, heal yourself, you know. That's, like, the best thing that you can do, because in doing that, the energy of the situation is going to change, you know, no matter what. Like, whether, you know, you, like, actively engaged or not, you know. And then, on top of this message of truth that's coming through, like, which comes out right on top of the flow card, like, you're in your flow, so, like, don't worry about it. Like, this is happening, and, like, again, just, like, follow your own guidance, because actually you got the star that came through on top of this. Like, your wish is going to come true. So, like, keep your karma clean, you know. That's, like, the best thing you can do for yourself, because, you know, there's some players out there that aren't doing that, and, you know, it's like they might win the battle, but, like, you're never going to win the war by, like, sullying yourself, you know. So, yeah, this is the card that came out. I took out the Goddess Guidance Oracle, and the card that came out is Coventina, Purification. It's time for cleansing and detoxification of your body and mind. So, yeah, like, I think that just confirms what I just said. Keep your karma clean, because that's going to keep you in your power. And, like, I'm going to pull one more Goddess card. To love your inner goddess, to end the reading. But yeah, like, I think this is an important moment, and it's just like, know that you've already kind of laid this foundation. You've already done all the work. So, and the work is on yourself, you know. And so you're in your power, you're in alignment, you know. Things are just gonna work out, you know. So just know that and be confident, because right now it might not look that way. And yeah, like, I mean, for me, I myself, like, got into, like, this really, I would consider to be annoying tiff yesterday. And it's just like, why am I arguing about this? Like, this doesn't even matter. And it's just like all like a facade, you know, like it's not even worth arguing about, you know? Okay, so we got the gypsy. You are encouraged to say yes to new opportunities and adventures, ideas and connections, especially the ones that fill your heart with a sense of excitement, perhaps just before your mind begins to dwell on doubts and concerns, trying to talk you out of something before you even give it a chance. You can handle the unfamiliar better than most. Once you get your bearings, you'll find a way to thrive, to enjoy what you discover and experience. Let the yearning of your soul to explore the new and exciting inspire you. The unfamiliar and the unknown hold great blessings for you. Open yourself up to new horizons. There's wanderlust in your soul, that heart quest for new worlds and amazing experiences. You are supposed to feel this way. You have a gypsy soul that will always seek out new and different. This is just how your life is meant to be, a divine adventure. And there is an adventure that is meant just for you. Places to see, people to meet, experiences to have. You are meant to go on a journey inside of yourself and out in the world. You are meant to explore a world bigger than the one you currently know. It's going to happen. Trust in divine timing. Be open to what life has in store for you. Maybe you are a little afraid and wonder if you are brave enough. Well, you are. And maybe you worry that you've missed your chance, but you cannot miss your destiny. It is right here waiting for you, and your gypsy soul is going to grow and fulfill even more of the purpose for which you were born. So, yeah. Trust and have faith. Stay in your flow, because you're in alignment with your abundance, and things are going to work out. And maybe not how you thought, you know, and it might not be even with who you thought, but like if you've done the work on yourself, like it doesn't really matter, you know, because you're going to be in alignment with the experience that's ultimately what you want, you know. And like it might not necessarily be with a person who maybe like inspired the lesson that brought you here, you know, but like it's going to be this is your journey, you know. So trust and have faith. It's going to work out. There's a lot in flux right now, but this is good because this is like an opportunity for a new beginning. So draw inspiration from that and have a great day.